Meeting room, just so that everybody knows, this meeting will be recorded. Can you hear us okay? See us okay?
Loud and clear.
Simon Lashevsky, loud and clear.
Excellent.
Hear you as well. Thank you, Simon. That's fun. All right, with that, call the meeting to order. Do a quick roll call. Aves Thompson. Here. Chris McCoolidge. Here. Peggy Royton.
Here.
Stephanie Kessler.
Here. Very good.
Nathaniel, that's here.
I know you've only been here for 3 meetings and I still can't remember your name. Sorry.
All good.
Yeah.
I'll say it every meeting.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Simon Lashevsky.
Present.
All right, anybody I forgot? Dick? Are you on, Dick?
See him.
I don't see him either.
Mike Robbins.
No, Mike's out. Is Mike still on the commission? Didn't he have to reapply and then, no, Mike is still, yeah, I was thinking.
You know what? Now I wonder if I'm legal. I reapplied, but I haven't heard anything either way.
Oh, that, until they appoint somebody else, you're legal because we've gone a couple of years before.
Yeah,
Nobody beat.
well, I could just eat my lunch and go.
Right. Okay, we have a quorum. It's not here. Pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. About a safety minute. You have a safety guy?
Yeah, we got a safety person. I'm gonna let Cheryl do it. I'm just kidding. So since we got the,
I will give you the most vacant look.
we got the brand new port director here. We just want to show him where the muster area, if we have any kind of a incident that we need to evacuate this building. The quickest way will be out of this stairwell here, Terry, over to the, towards the maintenance shop or the building that's next to it. If this is blocked, then we'll just use the other stairwell and go out on the front. That's where we'll muster at. So that's pretty much the safety 30 seconds.
Thank you, Ronnie. I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So move. Oh, second. This is Steph.
Any discussion? Any opposed? Hearing none, the agenda is approved.
Sorry, who made that motion?
I'm sorry, yeah. Chris and seconded by Stephanie. So how about the meeting minutes from October 8th? I would entertain a motion to approve those. I couldn't even find one typo anywhere in there. Nice job, Jim. This is Abe's. So moved. Second, Abe's motion, second by Chris Mancoolidge. Any opposed? Hearing none. The meeting minutes from October 8th are approved. So do we need to separate item 6 into 2? Port director and port director incoming comments? Do we have,
We've got under number 10, new business, we've got your opportunity to meet the new port director. So for item number 6, you're stuck with me, Chief Chairman.
Oh, that's fine. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are. I know you are.
That's right. My tenure here at the port is almost over. Friday's my last day as a municipal employee. I've very much enjoyed my time here at the port. I'm also looking forward to doing other things. So I'll be retired again here very shortly. I don't have a ton to report to you today. The big news, I think, and I heard several commissioners talking about it earlier, is that there's a tanker at the petroleum cement terminal for the first time. We're grateful for that. Big thank you to Marathon Petroleum Company for their willingness to bring one of their vessels to the PCT. There was some reluctance among the fuel users to be first, if you will. And there's, I understand that, but we're grateful, especially since the other tanker dock, POL 1, will be demolished in a few months. So it will no longer be available. The only tanker serving terminal on the port for the next few years will be the petroleum cement terminal. And so it's great to see that in service, and they should actually begin moving fuel off of the vessel, maybe as we, while we're here in the room. At least that's the tentative plan. Ronnie might have more on that in his report. But all things are going well that way. As we get down further in the agenda, I'll talk a little bit about the modernization project. But generally speaking, the port is running as expected. No major concerns to discuss with the commission today, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Director's last comments.
Those are at the end. I got a whole nother slide. I had to
Yes,
save some
yes,
stuff.
another chance.
Exactly.
Okay. Want to go into the staff reports then, Ronnie?
All right. So operations and maintenance, Ronnie Poole. I'll go down my list here real quick. So the floats south and north, of course, been pulled end of October. We got the east fence repaired that's connecting us to J-Bear. That repair has been completed. Snow removal, sanding, as you see when you drove in the ports, going well. Again, 0822, first petroleum vessel safely docked alongside PCT. I think Chris told me, I was standing next to him, it was -4 degrees out there. So preparing to, like Mike said, preparing to commence discharge at this time. The first hose has been connected. Challenge Prelude will be the next vessel to come in on December the 15th. Followed by that, we got a military vessel coming in T2 on December 17th. That'll be the last one for the season. Thanksgiving at the port was interesting. Everybody know we had a 6.0 earthquake.
Yeah.
All went well as far as the checklist, rave messages, etc. Everybody checked out all the valves, the pipes. The engineers walked to PCT to make sure everything was cool. So that's good to go. Also Monday, dealt with 10 to 25 mile per hour winds, gusts up to 40 miles per hour. What else could happen at the port? Like I said, you know, we're very flexible down here. Port maintenance crew for the first time is fully staffed, will be fully staffed by the end of this month, and we'll need all the help we can get for this season. So other than that, happy holidays to everybody, and we will continue to work winter operations to get ready for 2026. That's my report. Thank you.
Sure. That's comment and a question for Ronnie. I was informed as I came in the gate today that the scanner's working,
Yes, sir.
and congratulations.
Thank you. That's more of a Jim Jigger thing, but I'll take it. I'll let him know you said that.
You know, please do.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Tell him I was thinking of it.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, sir.
And secondly, is there a heater in that shack?
Oh, it's multiple heaters in that shack.
That poor woman looked like she was a nice.
Oh, she's always dressed like that, you know, I was in that shack way longer than her, but, anyway, you know, Cheryl told me don't say that. It's always about me. But yeah, we got multiple heaters in there, and she just likes to be dressed.
She's keeping warm.
She likes to be dressed. Well.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
I
about that?
asked her when I came through if she was warm. and
Oh,
She
she got,
says, I'm nice and toasty.
there you go.
All right. That's good news.
All right.
So I did scan my Twig card
Next year she'll have a
and it
new.
worked,
Quick and pack.
but my old one doesn't
The proxy card is
Yeah.
no longer in service.
No,
You got the pack card now, but for you,
right.
you just use your Twig card.
Just use the Twig,
Yes, sir.
yeah. And she asked me if I had updated my Twig, but I had updated it through you folks, and then it came in the mail, so it worked. I don't assume I have to go back in there and shit.
Shouldn't have to do anything else. Correct, Jim?
Should not have to do anything else.
Okay,
We have
I just wanna,
one bit of goofiness in that the trick cards have changed. So some trick cards of the long generation seem to be reading harder than other generations of the trick cards. But it's sort of beyond our pay grade. That happens, that's a national thing.
awesome that it's working. So I'm sure the truck drivers are very happy. Bill is not here.
Bill's here.
Bill is here.
Oh, he's up there.
Bill's everywhere.
Engineering, Bill, you want to unmute?
Yes, Captain Ward. Top three things is obviously the big news for today is PCT. I've got the report from Robert Kemper, who's our mechanical consultant, that fuel's about to move. So we're keeping all eyes on that. Beyond that, administratively wise, we are looking at a new type of term contract for construction management and project management. We're looking for a 5-year engagement with a consultant to be named next year. I think that's going to very much simplify the procurement process and make things go smoother with purchasing. Last item, the top three, Captain, is that we have awarded the storm drain improvements for systems 1 and 2. That's first phase of 2 phases of improvements. The bids came in very competitively. We have a $6 million project, and we're hoping to have our pre-construction meeting this month. And with that, I'm here to answer any questions.
Thanks, Bill. Any questions for Bill? Yeah, Abe's.
Bill, I was pleased to hear you say that you're doing a review of purchasing and contract awarding and things like that. Did we learn anything from the PCT and about process and anything that could be changed to smooth it out somehow?
Yes, Mr. Thompson, we have, and I think that we're really moving away from the sole source contracts in particular, and the individual contracts, which take a long time. A clear example is the procurement process for the fuel, which took a long time. This term contract we have, we will bring on board a hopefully a very high quality consultant who we can be the go-to person for the next half of a decade and really smooth out those procurement processes. I believe that's going to help us quite a bit with the timelines and to be more responsive as an engineering group.
I appreciate it, Bill. Look forward to hearing that the fuel is moving across the dock.
We have the report that it's starting now. So hopefully we'll have good news here shortly. We'll keep our eye on it.
Thanks, Bill. John Daly, Pam, I guess that's going to be Mike today.
Chairman, thank you. Yeah, John is actually today is his last vacation day. He's been on a pretty exotic trip, but is back in the office tomorrow. In the meantime, only a few updates related to PAMP. The Northern Extension work that's been going on for a year or a little more than 2 years now, that is substantially complete and is in the project closeout phase. So it's in the budget and generally successful. And so we're working towards the end of that project right now. Most of our attention related to PAMP is associated with the T1 replacement. Terminal 1 replacement, we should be issuing a notice to proceed to the construction contractor in mid-March. And there's a lot of planning going on right now to be ready for that. That means that most of the existing Terminal 1 and all of POL 1 will be demolished starting in March. So that'll be the first phase of the construction work. It'll also mean a lot of mobilization of the construction resource here on the port property. You're going to see some changes in the way, at least in this first initial phase, how Matson in particular operates. We're going to take, just as a reminder, we're going to demolish about 2/3 of the existing Terminal 1, and then Matson will push to the north and will be operating on the remaining part of T1 at that end of their terminal. We'll build the new Terminal 1 behind them, and then they'll slide back. We'll install cranes, the new cranes, and then they'll slide back to the south in 2029, I believe. And then we'll take out the remaining part of T1, legacy T1, and finish the construction of the new Terminal 1. So that's the little choreography that is going on. It's obviously a lot more complicated than what I just described. And during all of this, Toten Matson will be bringing 2 ships a day in, or 2 ships a week. And as they have for the last, many decades.
Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yep, everybody still remains committed to Sundays and Tuesdays,
Right.
barring operational exigencies, but we're gonna stick with Sundays and Tuesdays throughout the whole project. Same thing we'll do when we start moving down to T2, and we do the same thing with Toad starting in 2030. So all of that's, you all have been well briefed on this before, but obviously trying to keep the port open and fully functional during a project of this scale is a bit of a challenge, and certainly adds to the complexity and the expense of this kind of a project. So the Terminal 2 design work has begun. The assembly just awarded the contract to the design firm earlier this month. And that design work kicks off in December. So just because we're, even though we're looking forward several years to actually constructing T2, the design work will be underway in just a few weeks. So this all sort of keeps going, and we sort of leapfrog each of these steps as we move along. So I believe those are the key points that John would want to share with you guys today. Happy to answer any questions.
Does this poster still represent
That's what I was wondering.
phase 2 is where we would be now, 2B, I'm assuming.
Correct.
That still represent next moves?
Yes.
Schedule is slightly very similar.
Right. The phasing is correct. I believe the schedule is about 1 year off.
Right, well, because we didn't have any bids for a year there, right?
There were a variety of things going on. So, but
So
yeah,
then Tote moves south.
But won't move south for another 5 years,
right.
6, 7 years actually.
Hmm. 7 year. Oh. Right.
And we're all looking around the table, wondering if we're gonna be here.
I just got here.
Commissioner Mankulich.
I'm hoping that with the new design and even the new build after doing a tie-up this morning at CT, that maybe we can get a committee of longshoremen to have some input and just talking. And if we had 4 knowledgeable guys that could say, hey, this would be better, not expecting you to do anything, but just saving heartache down the road for little things.
I'll make that suggestion to the design team.
Okay,
For T2.
thank you.
Any other questions for Mike representing John? Before we get into the ever riveting finance section.
Well, so we all know that money makes the world go round.
That's
That's
right.
why it's the most important part, right? So, everyone has read these before and seen them before. The revenues are strong. They correlate with our great performance in tonnage this year. So no concerns on the revenue front whatsoever. I did reorder the report a tiny bit to remove, remember last time we had a conversation about the restricted interest,
Right.
right? So that restricted interest, that they hooked that to the port's fund. but it's earnings on bonds and related items that can only be used to pay for debt service and meet debt covenants. So one of the debt covenants is we have to have 1 year of a bond payment in reserve. So that's about, I mean, it's about $5.8 million a year at this stage of the game. So that when I talk to Ross, their intent is to just let this build up and have that be the fund that, you know, serves for, you know, the reserve payment. So in case, that's the restricted interest line item, Stephanie. Used for port debt service, yeah. So, and then underneath those are all of your supporting surcharge fees that support the bond payments as well. So overall, we project about $10 million in revenue that correlates directly below your debt service expense, $10,386,000. So
We've collected more.
we have, right? So the budget is always, you know, I mean, we do the best we can, but we're not, you know, we don't overestimate, I don't overestimate, we don't overestimate. Better to be a little bit, you know, right on the money. So Ross, I work a lot with Ross when they, we project tariff surcharge rates, the tonnage, because it all matters. The final revenue numbers matter for what actual ton went across the dock. So, you know, in the years of, and when we're doing the budget, we're projecting it. And then what you see is your actuals, right? You can see like we actually collected so far this year, $13 million. And your debt, the debt service is going to be that 10.3 million. So, so those revenues are all living in one function essentially to pay debt service. And, you know, the AO that set up the original tariff surcharge, you know, those funds are all sequestered in the financial statements for debt service payment and the PAMP. So essentially, I tried to show, so this is your PAMP in the middle, and then your operating revenues are at the top.
Just for clarification, that the PAMP tariff surcharge revenue restricted is a function of the assembly, right?
They set the rate.
They set the rate.
They set the rate, and then.
The commission deals with the operational tariff.
Correct. And so, and the debt service expense, those come right off of the amortization schedules for the bonds that Ross sells. So Ross sells, we have $191 million in bonds that we've sold. So the 10.3 million is on the amortization schedule for what we owe to pay to the agency for debt service for this year. So everything is, you know, spinning right along. So we don't anticipate any problems. We have quarterly meetings with the public finance and, you know, they review everything probably daily. So if there's a flag, Ross will raise it. So, yeah, and expenses, just pretty much in line with what we anticipated. No concerns there as far as, you know, any significant, you know, deviations from what we budgeted.
So travel expense.
So travel is separated, the municipality separated that out on its line item several years ago. So the travel is like all of the conferences and any kind of functions that, you know, folks go to for professional development. And, you know, I think we would attend the AAPA conference, and all those travels are collected in that line item.
Yes.
Show that.
That's a low number on that.
Cheryl, when do you anticipate the next bond sale?
So Ross has a plan we've sold bonds at the end of the year, kind of in a sense of urgency. So he's really working with the program. We meet routinely with the program and we determine like for cash flow and what items we're going to need. And then he, in his magic world, does a lot of, work with the investments that the municipality has. Yeah, right? Like it's totally that. So he wants to only sell bonds in the middle of the year if we can do that, because the end of the year, and it all relates to the pricing and the markets. And, his advisors tell him when the best time is to do that. So then he drives the train for all of us to, complete the work to sell the bonds. So, yeah, so we're anticipating potentially July of 26. That's the short answer to the question. It's the next time. But, in the meanwhile, it could go to, September.
That will fund the T1 demo
The construction.
construction.
Yeah.
No,
So all of the numbers and projections that we're working with now are the cost of capital to build the T1. So, right, the contract for T1 was $807 million. So over the course of these years, aside from the grant that we have one grant from Mayor at 50 million. So aside from that 50 million, as it stands right now today, everything else is going to be funded through bonds, paid for through bonds. So as those expenses come in, the cash flow will be calculated, and then Ross will sell bonds to, cover that cash flow. And then the surcharge will be adjusted. And Bill Falsey is the manager of the plan of finance. And basically, he's the one that will telegraph to everybody, like Ross did his work, then Bill, we update the plan of finance, and this is what the new tariff surcharge is going to be to cover the debt service on the bonds. So that they're anticipating everything only happens once a year. So that's what we're working towards. And we feel like that's a pretty good manageable plan.
So you got $870 million.
807 plus 50.
Seven, okay,
So,
so
yeah.
that's T1.
Over 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. So what's that gonna do to the surcharge in that 3 or 4?
So they have, yeah. If you, we have a link, or should have a link soon, to the new plan of finance. And there's charts that the wizards of financial projections in the world that Ross lives in, they do in the plan of finance. And we can put, it'll be on there once. I think Bill is still working with who he's, I'm not sure if it passed the assembly. So once it passes the assembly, we'll put it on the website. But I do have a draft that I can share with you guys if you want to see it. It says how much is it going to change a gallon of milk, a pickup truck, a bag of cement. Those things are all in there, updated under the scenario that we pay for everything, that the port and the community pays for everything, but less 50 million. So those are all in there, what changes and how it'll affect it. So that's all, it's hard to say because it's, like in the year, it's the rates that they get on the bonds, determines what they think they'll need for the tariff surcharge. So it's all very, managed and timing related. So if he sells in July versus September versus October versus December, right? So those things are all calculated at that time, but there are projections as to what the tariff surcharge will be. So, yeah.
I think that'll be
Yep,
important
okay.
for stakeholders and customers.
Right, so Toad and I think that Bill telegraphs and reaches out to those guys, Bill Falsey, and currently he shares the plan of finance and those things. So like I think it's a good idea. I mean, you can read it if you want and have it at to read at your leisure, because it's a large document, but it's very informative. It has a lot of information in it on how we are planning to pay for everything.
That's gonna be on the board website.
I can put it on there. Yep, we can put it on there.
And it's, as Cheryl said, it projects the surcharge based on what we know today, going forward. And as we get new information, on an annual basis, we adjust it. So, based on cargo volumes, estimates of cargo volumes, we set the surcharge so that we collect as much money as we need every year to pay the debt service for that year. And It's a, as Cheryl said, it's a very sophisticated sort of a system that has a lot of different variables. And then once a year, it gets updated. But in that update, it projects future years' surcharge. And so you can go in there now and see, based on the assumptions that are in there, what we think the surcharge will be in 27, 28, 29. And it sets the surcharge for 26. So now the customers, fuel, cement, cargo, they all know what the surcharge will be for 2026.
Just one more follow-up. Are we anticipating any federal assistance?
That's what I was gonna say. You're looking ahead based on the worst case scenario, but we're always looking for free money too. I mean, the 50 million is just a start.
100%. And, you know, we were successful in getting a lot of grant funds for the PCT, a lot of grant funds for the Northern Extension. We have not yet been successful in getting grant funds for T1. And it is unlikely that we're going to get a lot of grant funds that will back fund that, at least not from the federal grant sources that we've used in the past. There may be other ways that the congressional delegation comes up with that would allow for T1 funding. And there could be state grants as well that could support the T1 funding. But generally, otherwise, we're looking at, when we're applying for grants now, it'll be mostly focused on T1, or excuse me, T2 and other elements of the overall program.
So is the difference there in the projects? Is it like replacement versus new?
Different grants like different things. But there's a federal lobbying team working on this right now, both the Munis lobbyists as well as the lobbyists for Tote, Matson, the fuel folks, even some of the customers, even some of the big retailers in town.
Makes sense.
Of course, you bet it does. They're the ones that are, you know, going to pay this, and, you know, so their teams, federal government teams, are being mobilized to support this as well.
Thank you. It's been informative.
That was.
For me, the people that I deal with, I really do want to know worst case scenario on gallons of milk and the things that are
Yep,
going to
it's in
change their
here.
lives like that.
Yep.
Because I mean, ultimately that's who pays for it, right? It's the people buying the milk and the.
100%. Yep. And that's why we include those charts, and those charts are on their own pages in there. You know, there's a lot of language in there that may be confusing, and, you know, it's I think, I don't want to say it's like 3 pages from the end of the document, but it's, you know, it says, what does this all mean? So here's how it's all calculated. This is all the phases, and what does this all mean? So you kind of have to scroll to the end. And if I can actually just snip it and send it to you. I mean, it changes, you know, everything changes as, you know, we go on in time for the cost of the T1, you know, so all of it's updated annually. So yeah, they have all that, yeah. Yep. Okay.
Are you done?
Really? Not sound very appreciative.
He's done.
Like,
I was asking about this. I'm
right?
gonna.
All right, I'm just giving you a hard time. So tonnage is awesome, right? We all love tonnage. So you can take a look, we're ahead of where we were for all the years that's listed on our chart. So more is better, because that's more tons to spread all the cost of the surcharge over as well. So it all mitigates the cost to 1 ton. So yeah, it's been great. I don't think that we have any concerns finishing out the year ahead of last year. So unless anyone has any specific questions, it's just we're rolling right along.
So these other years, that's the year end.
No,
No,
That's all October.
it's all October.
Okay,
Oh,
so we're down.
Yeah.
From last year on dry bulk.
Oh, item by item,
Uh,
there's changes. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
total, we're up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
mostly because of
Petroleum.
Fuel.
Yep.
I'm,
Well, it's a good thing we got a dock moving.
Yep.
Moves Petroleum now. Yeah, let's go
I mean,
ahead.
it's
Steph.
been-
I'm really sorry. Could you refresh my memory on freight in OS? I'm just looking
Yep.
at 2022 versus any other year.
Right, so those are all items that are, so when the military ship comes in
That's,
and there's no specific commodity code for them,
that's.
like if
right.
they're not a container and they're not a loader or they're,
Okay,
you know.
thank
So
you.
if they're just bringing stuff that's not tariff specific, it goes into that. So it is
Thank
kind of,
you.
yep.
That's why there must have been, Ronnie, I'm sure.
Right.
Remember, there must have been a giant exercise in 2022.
Right.
Several of them, yes.
Lots of exercise. We had several ships here.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that going, what is the difference?
Well, and sometimes they bring like containers,
Yeah,
you know, containers will show up down in van spots and containers. Whereas if it's just a load of
thanks.
things,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so that makes a difference as well too. So, yeah, that's.
Okay, great, thank you.
Any other questions on the finance report? Hearing none.
Thank you.
Move on to programs. Thank you, Cheryl. Always exciting. Right. Jim, policy, security programs.
Sure. I'll add one thing to the past discussion. So Mike mentioned the 2 grant opportunities we might have for reducing what the ultimate bond cost is. The third one, so we have state grants, federal grants. The third one is market growth. Market growth is driven by 2 things. One, inbound market growth is largely going to be a factor of the state population. If the population goes up, our returns will go up probably. But the other one is outbound. So if some big development project happens that is shipping outbound cargo, that will basically all come in and help reduce. It'll be using underutilized infrastructure. So we will gain a lot more revenue from it than we will cost, and that should benefit the program. So go out and cheer on development projects.
Well, more cruise ships too.
Cruise ships would fall into that.
Yeah.
As far as what our department's doing right now, we're doing a little bit of cleanup after the government shutdown. A lot of our reporting got behind schedule, so we're cleaning up and catching up with our end of the season reporting right now for the various grants that we have. We are also prepping for grants that we anticipate will start opening up in January. So we're getting our grant strategy, we're getting our plans ready. And depending on exactly what's in the notice of funding opportunities, we'll decide which grants we're going after that align with our project. As far as grants that are out there in soaking, we basically have 2 potential grants that we're waiting to hear on. One is the Port Infrastructure Development Grant for this year, 2025. And then one, we have a congressionally delegated spending request. And where it is, as of 2 days ago, I think we'll probably hear about both of those in early January. So near one. I would never use.
One of them is, yeah.
You can use the term, but I would never
I
say
told a lot of
something.
I was just asking you to say yes or no.
That's pretty much what I have to report today.
Excellent. Thanks, Jim. Yeah. Guess we'll move on to the old business. This is really old. The litigation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think there's a brief report available. Just to remind you, we sued the federal government over recovering, seeking close to $400 million. And in the first round of the litigation, we recovered almost $370 million from the feds. That was the judgment that was received. Then the feds appealed the
We got a
judgment.
judgment.
Right, and then the, yeah, it's hard to collect on those guys. And then the federal government appealed that judgment and we lost at the appellate level. But we did get the opportunity to try again under a different legal theory. And that process has begun. There were oral arguments made last month by the municipality and its contract attorneys. And the judge ruled from the bench that case could move forward. That's in the briefing phase right now. There may be more oral arguments coming up, but it's the same judge that granted us the judgment that we saw it the last time, is the same judge that's reviewing our revised pleadings. And so we're optimistic, but we are at the beginning of what would likely be a long process. Even if we got another positive judgment, it's highly likely the feds would appeal again, and they might well succeed again. Anyway, so we are more than a year away from getting the final answer on this. So anyway, we're happy to keep presenting updates to the commission as necessary. But there likely won't be any new developments on this for 3 to 4 months. And then, like I say, probably at least a year, maybe longer, before any final information.
Several years.
It has. I have to keep reminding myself what PI stands for.
64 million would really reduce the total cost of.
Oh, true.
And it would all go to Pam.
Yeah, of
Obviously.
course, it would have to, yeah. Anyway,
So who's paying the legal expense on that?
we are,
The court is.
yeah.
You saw
well,
the line on Cheryl's report.
I would assume, yeah, it's only 66%. But I would assume we're going after legal fees as part of this.
We may be reimbursed for some of this.
So
I don't know. I was thinking of the time value of money too.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
that's-
this is just.
Yeah.
It's bad.
What's the old curse? May you be in a lawsuit and be right. Let it go. Yeah. All right, no commission correspondence received. New business. How do you pronounce that?
Hamatum,
Hamatum?
Terry Hamatum.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
And I'll take you made them, you eat them, ultimatum. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, you Matum. Hamatum, sorry.
I'll respond to all of it.
Okay.
Hey, you
Welcome. So we did meet briefly. Do you have any comments?
Obviously super excited, to be here. I haven't officially started in the role yet, but I've spent, yesterday here with some of the port team. Getting to meet everybody is really great. Comments, sure. I've lived here since 1973. I've been in the freight and logistics industry for well over 20 years. Deep relationships with most of the stakeholders here at the port. And I'm excited to help move this through. It's pretty incredible to hear the timelines that keep coming, 4, 7, 10 years. How many of us will be in the room when this project is actually completed? I don't know that that's the goal. The goal is to still be in Alaska and actually see the end product that we deliver to the state, which I think is the most important thing. Not necessarily being on the committee or having this job. It's really about the state of Alaska and making sure this port is safe and efficient and viable for the whole state. So I'm excited to be on this team. And I'm really looking forward to engaging with everybody on the commission, learning, listening. I was talking to Jim and Ronnie a lot about that yesterday. I may know the stakeholders. It doesn't mean that I know everything that happens at the port. So I have a hell of a lot to learn. I'm excited about that process too.
Any questions?
If I might, Terry, you've got a terrific team here. I mean, they know what they're doing. Count on them, call them, take their advice, or at least listen to them.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Especially Mike, make sure you reach out, when he's.
I was thinking Cheryl.
Cheryl is your
Money.
Cheryl is your friend.
You could get a direct line involved, installed in your home.
Unfortunately for Mike, because I actually know where he lives. Yeah.
All he needs to do is.
I just live right up there, so.
All he needs to do is just lob a snowball up there. And
Yeah.
Is to take.
No, I appreciate that, Abe's. And that was one of the draws, quite honestly, for taking this position was this, the longevity of the team, how many people have been around for so long. And I don't expect it to be an easy transition. Nothing like this is, but it sure will be a lot easier with this group here at the boards. Thank you for those comments.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And we look forward to you reaching out. Questions, concerns, anything that we can help with.
Appreciate that. I'm not going to be hesitant to reach out. I'm a talker and a communicator. That's something you guys will find. I don't know what it was like in the past, but I'm somebody who likes to put everything out there. Maybe talk a little too much sometimes. That's that old sales guy in me, but I like to share information. Yeah.
Anything else?
So say this, the longshore perspective, like, if you'd like to come out, ride the crane, see what we do and actually work, attend some safety meetings, you're welcome.
Thank you.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Got right here, he was a crane operator, and he will absolutely take you for.
How many generations in your family in the cranes?
In Longshore, I'm first generation Longshore.
Oh, you are? Wow, that's awesome. Yeah,
I have three.
yeah, I was gonna say,
My
yeah,
dad, my son.
yeah. It sort of works that way.
Yeah, and I have a very special interest in this not falling into the water and killing a bunch of us. So,
Yeah, and I should have said at the very, very beginning of my intro, the fact that you did a safety moment is not lost on me. That is something that's gonna be in every one of my meetings. I come from a safety culture that is embedded in everything I do. So you'll see a lot more of that too. And I know the longshoremen are of the same ilk.
I'm a safety officer.
Yeah, it matters. It's a big, big deal to me. I've been in this industry long enough to actually physically see people get incredibly hurt. And if you Google my name, one of the things that comes up right away is a nasty accident up in the valley that I had to help deal with and change my whole perception on the industry and how we take care of the people who do the work. So it's important. Yeah, I look forward to meeting everybody at the Longshore.
Well, you're certainly welcome to ride a ship, but it's a long ride.
I've done it. I won't do it again.
Yeah. But sometimes we have to flip them around at the dock or take them off because they're losing water. We gotta wait until we have enough water to bring them back. And those kinds of things can be set up real quick just to see, the operation, the tugs, especially in the ice. It's always fun, in the ice.
Yeah, what's most interesting to me is I've probably done 20 tote tours and 20 Matson tours, but I've never seen the tugs, right? The outside, what happens at the actual port. I saw the video of them replacing bumpers yesterday. I've never seen that part before. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it's just the little intricacies that happen in the day to day.
Replacing pads on the dock.
Yeah, the pads. So bumpers.
Underpads.
Thank you. I'll learn the lingo.
That's okay.
The PIEP, whatever that means. I'm gonna figure that part out too.
Prefer pad, bumper, and prefer its impact.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Spoken like a Marine pilot.
Mr. Chair, I'd just like to say if crane tours are crane experiences are being offered up for those of us who've never been on one, I would also be very interested in that.
Careful, she's gonna want to bite you.
That resident.
Yeah. No, and she is not gonna want to bungee off.
You want to get up in the one with the heat.
Yeah, I've seen those videos, no. Yeah.
Do we have anybody online who has a public comment? Brittany or Luke, is there oil moving?
They were just starting to hook up the hoses when I left this morning. I haven't heard back yet from Kim's down at the port now. I assume they're getting pretty dang close.
I hope so.
Did you hear anything, Brittany? Usually it takes a couple
Not
hours.
yet. They were just doing the safety meeting about 45 minutes ago. So I anticipate they'll probably get some fuel moving here soon. They'll do a displacement and then they'll actually start pumping. So any minute now.
Tie up went pretty good this morning, so.
It's still high water.
Yep.
We've got good tides for them.
Out to Captain Mailer. I'm sure he's over there.
Yep, he is.
Yep. The extra couple of feet of draft is well appreciated over at that new dock.
Yep. Okay, so if there's no public comments, board director's closing comments.
These are really closing comments, too,
Yes,
Mr. Chairman.
yes.
I just want to take a couple of minutes to thank some folks. I don't get a chance to recognize the staff team around here. I appreciate Abe's comments. For Terry, I would echo those. Bill, John, Cheryl, Ronnie, Jim, first-class folks, Kathleen and Diane downstairs, amazing folks, Ted and all the maintenance techs are amazing team members here. And for a team of 21 folks, an incredible amount is accomplished, and a facility of this size and this complexity runs pretty darn well, regardless of the quality of the port director at any given time. I also want to appreciate the port tenants and the port users, the folks that do the vast majority of the commerce on the port. They're an outstanding group of folks. They're, they're in business certainly, but they're great partners for all of us. And as a community, we're lucky to have them. And then other folks that get a special call out, I'm glad Brittany and Luke are on the line. Folks with Alaska Maritime, they deserve special credit. They really helped muscle the PCT into this tanker operation today. It's been their work as much as anybody else's that have helped encourage the vessels to take advantage of the new facility. And I'm not sure this would be happening as on this timeline without their active support. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I turn the rest of the time back to you.
Thank you, Mike. I think Chris, yes,
As far as public comments, we haven't had anybody attend recently. I did tell Brad that he should attend if you had any comments. So we have to sign up for it to do that, or is it?
Not really. We allow time for public comments, and we haven't had anybody here. So we used to have a sign-up sheet, but we'll just assume that he signed up. Let's put it that way. Do you have some comments, Brad?
I didn't really have anything.
After Chris put you on the spot.
Kind of get to meet people. I look forward to attending more of these in the future. Forward. So my name, for you guys who don't know, my name is Brad Davis. Also from down here, and interested in being part of it.
Well, welcome. It's always handy to have someone who's working on the port. Which crane is yours?
I bounce around on the low seniority crane guy, but typically I run King 353 south from.
Yeah. Now, will you have to go to school when they get the big cranes, the 100s?
There'll be a learning curve there, but I think it should be a pretty standard transfer over. See down in Milton 23 is, got a couple of guys down here and see those. It's similar in ways, but more banks with the cameras and whatnot.
You can go to Kodiak and look at one. Yeah. Right. Commissioners' comments. Simon.
Nothing from me other than to wish everybody all the best for the holidays, and I wish our new port director, Terry, all the best for the coming years to get this project completed.
So
that's it from me.
Good job on the spot. Yeah. Anybody, Peggy? Round the horn here? Chris?
Great. Thank you. Everybody that's got working for you has been very responsive to me since I've been on the work mission, and I do appreciate everybody here. So
Don't expect anything like that to change. Thank you. Yeah.
It's welcome, Terry.
Excellent meeting. Loved seeing the fuel barge out there. We are excited. It's a big deal. I'm surprised we're not all standing out there freezing to death with champagne.
Yeah.
With that champagne and celebrating the first drop of fuel that goes across. But anyway, And Terry, welcome. I think this is an exceptional staff. We're all very fortunate, so.
Thanks, appreciate it.
It is an exciting day to have the first tanker.
Yeah, I'm just surprised we're not out there. Champagne flutes.
How long has it been, Simon? Remember that boat?
I remember that boat.
Very well.
I remember that boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. What year was that, Simon? It's like it was before COVID.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pre-COVID.
well before COVID, yeah.
It's a long process and it's even
Yeah.
longer for the entire
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome, Terry. Not gonna use your last name probably because even though you told me.
Umato.
You
Mommy, only Umato. Umato?
do have a good team and
Oh, God.
we consider ourselves the satellite of the team. Those of us who work, with the port, and I'm sorry, go ahead, yes.
Oh, yeah, I mean, just whatever you're done.
All right, well, those of us who work, on the port, Chris, myself, anytime there's any question that I can help you with or anything to do with the pilots or the maritime side of it, I'm happy to pick up the phone unless I'm working. But Steve and I had a good relationship and even before Steve, like they can go back a few guys. Yeah. You have some pretty big shoes to fill, for the next few years, though.
No question.
And I wish you all the best of luck. We'll do our best to help you out. And
Mr. Chairman.
Nathaniel. Thank you. Thank you for turning that around.
No problem. I just wanted to echo everybody's sentiments and say welcome to the board. I look forward to working with you. And also, thanks, Mike, for stepping in. As you were giving your report today, I was like, wow, this is like the human embodiment of a Gantt chart. Hearing this project management, and it's really impressive to see someone step in with so much kind of contextual knowledge come together so quick. So thanks for stabilizing things in this transition period. Thanks to the whole team for being the ballast during this last few months.
Thank you.
Here, here. When do we want to do this again? I'm not gonna be around till March. We usually do quarterly anyway, right?
Yeah, we've been every other month.
Well, we had been for a while. Things changed around. Oh, I got something from Alamar. Picture of the ship in the ice. I was hoping it was a picture of,
First drop.
the oil moving through, but yeah.
It's official.
What do we think? Can we wait till March? Because that's when you were saying we might hear something more about the litigation.
We're not aware of any, for instance, tariff-related business.
No, I don't think that
At
we
this
have
time, so,
anything really
So
pressing.
March would certainly, would not be too late.
So you're gonna start the demo in March.
We'll give the contractor a notice to proceed. March 15th is their current plan. I don't know when they'll actually start yanking the thing down,
Thanks
but,
for that clarification.
yeah. But the contractor will be in charge and on the job as of March 15th.
Well, March 18th is a Wednesday.
I was just gonna say, with Terry starting, I almost feel like we might want to have like February meeting, except you're not back. Just,
Well, I could call in. I mean,
Right.
Aves is certainly
yeah, I just think,
able to chair the meeting.
I think as you get on board, it might be maybe just to have a meeting a little earlier in the process, 3 months out, just to see how things are going, et cetera. I don't mean this as a watchdog suggestion. I mean more of this as a collaborative meeting, just to see how things are going your first couple months.
I'm not averse.
I don't know what other folks think. And March is fine with me, but just thinking that,
That calendar's out.
Yeah. Is there a lot of static electricity?
11 or 18.
What's that?
February 11 or 18.
18th is Ash Wednesday.
Just to observe, right? Okay.
Yeah, that,
Also the first night of Ramadan, in case anybody.
saw that as well. Well, how about a port commission meeting then?
Perfect. I have no issue with some in February and my thought is that hopefully Terry will have a chance to get somewhat caught up a little bit before we.
I will commit
Really
to
good.
everyone that I will remember Nathan's name
Yes,
by
well,
February.
I'll have to have you sit next to me.
I said Nathan for a reason.
Yeah.
I'll have it figured out by February.
Nat, are you a Nathaniel or a Nat?
Oh, man, so many syllables. I gotta stick with all three.
Okay, got it, got it.
It's a
That's
good
awesome.
answer.
so if we do the 11th, February, and then we go into April for the one that hopefully started the demolition of the dock by then. And
Yes,
gives enough time in between those.
yes. I am open.
The 11th.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Works for me.
Yeah.
February 11th.
February 11th.
6.
Yeah.
2026.
Not so bad.
I will send out some invites, if not today, by tomorrow for a calendar.
Hopefully I'm still.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Chris and I have the
Maybe
same
a meeting
issue.
For somebody else.
Right, Chris and I have the same issue. I'm going, I haven't heard anything.
When
Yeah.
did you apply?
I applied like right after the
Right
last
after the last
board.
meeting.
You and I applied like right on.
Because we talked about it at the meeting
Yeah, oh, we did. Chris and I
in
going, what?
October and said, hey, you guys better, yeah.
Do it today.
Okay, so
So this could be our last.
11, 26.
Writing it down, you're listening.
Anything else before I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, the only thing I'd say is Terry has his assembly work session, his essential assembly interview tomorrow afternoon. And then it's likely that he'll be up for confirmation at the regular assembly meeting on December 16th, which is next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Yeah.
So just in case folks are interested or engaged.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Oh, one of the, good call, Jim. Diane Bickford's last day is December 31st. She, Diane has worked at the port since 1990.
I was gonna say forever.
Yeah, for a long time.
Wow.
She, her actual last day at her desk, I think will turn out to be yesterday. She'll, I believe, be using leave, but on the 16th, there will be an assembly resolution honoring Diane. And there'll be a party over here. The staff is doing something for her next Tuesday as well. So anyway, if you have a chance to think about Diane, please, or contact her, congratulate her on a retirement well earned.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we,
When is that?
next, the 16th, next.
She is on the assembly agenda on the 16th for recognition for her service.
And her retirement party is here on the
It's here
Are we invited?
at lunchtime.
Okay.
Same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
11:30, 12, right?
Yeah.
But she's not here today.
She's not here today.
Her last day.
She,
Yes.
yeah, that might be her last day. She, I wouldn't, we're not gonna be surprised if she sneaks in, between now and the 31st, but the position goes away on the 31st. So there's no plan to fill that position in the immediate future, at this time.
Well, should be missed.
Can't replace Diane.
Maybe we'll get a chance to come on the 16th and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retirement card.
Yeah, or come to the assembly meeting or zoom in.
Oh, because that's always fun.
Oh, yeah, we'll be there.
Right, like no filter today, man.
It's still not fun.
What's that?
Terry is tentatively gonna be at the same meeting, so you would.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, nice.
It'd be a twofer. Who wouldn't want to come
Perhaps
to the assembly
definitely,
for
this
that?
will be confirmed as well.
No,
You're just getting, I'm gonna be working.
Wow,
I'm gonna be working the ship, so
It's my Christmas.
Tuesday, I do.
Okay, yeah, We both applied,
Yeah.
and it's surprised, I can't even
I
remember.
think Mike had to apply too.
Yeah, he did too, Mike did.
Yeah.
And I do believe I got a response saying, thank you for your submission. I think I did get that, but other than that, I haven't heard anything.
Oh.
Really? That's a problem because you wonder if your form got submitted correctly. I wonder if mine got submitted correctly, because I'm
Yeah.
surprised.
Well, if you got the response that it
I
was
think I
received,
did.
yeah.
I think I did, but
And I didn't look, when I looked at what was on the assembly's agenda, I did not look to see if we had anything else on there. Did you?
Right.
Like,
I have no.
Well, Jim sent out that link so everybody could look and see where they were, you know, if you're up or not.
notify us when you're gonna be on the
They don't make it very easy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I guess, Chris, your motion to adjourn?
second,
All right.
yeah.
Any opposition? Hearing none? We're adjourned.
Let's give Mike a hand.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon and everybody.
I was like,
Thank you. You sure,
Yeah, we're gonna get along.
it's, yeah, we're tired of working.
That's awesome.
Right.
Staff.
Okay.
Well,
Good.
Um.
See, the house is,
Mom's in it.
oh, she is?
Steph-